Violent clashes broke out between police and protesters outside the Greek Parliament in Athens after last week's rail tragedy. Earlier, the Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis asked the families of the victims of Tuesday's rail disaster for forgiveness. The collision between a passenger and a freight train has caused nationwide outrage. In the last few hours, demonstrators set fire to rubbish bins and threw Molotov cocktails. Police responded by firing tear gas and stun grenades. Officers said 12,000 people had gathered in front of the Parliament to demand accountability for the collision. And it comes after at least 57 people died when the trains collided near the city of Larissa. Well, in a Facebook post addressed to the nation, Mr. Mitsotakis said that he owed everyone an apology, but especially the victims' relatives. Well, earlier I spoke to Greek freelance journalist Anthi Karasava, who gave me the background to the events on the ground in Athens.
Well, these violent scuffles, as you said, broke out at the tail end of what was actually a very peaceful demonstration, one of many that we've been seeing, rolling demonstrations and protests for the past 4 days. And we saw black-clad youth, very militant youth, coming in and hurling petrol gas bombs at the Greek parliament. And then there were scuffles instantly that ensued between them and riot police. Now, we understand that these scuffles have died down, they have subsided a bit, but there are draconian measures in place to keep them from heating up again. And this is a scene that is recurring and will continue to be recurring because there is a lot of palpable anger. It's not just here in Athens, in front of Parliament, that we're seeing these violent demonstrations. We've seen them up in the northern metropolis of Thessaloniki, where most of these victims were university students and attending back to school. We've seen crash where the station master today was taken to testify before a public prosecutor. So there's a lot of palpable anger, and rightly so, if I may add, because while the government has attributed this tragic accident, the deadliest in Greek history, to human error, a nation entirely is simply asking, why are these types of accidents recurring, and why and this apology by the Prime Minister is coming 57 lives, 57 victims too late.